Well, I'm here, and today we're doing something special. So, let's get started, shall we? So now I'm going to change something. I think I'm supposed to be streaming right now. Well, I'm here, and today we're doing something special. So, and today we're doing something special. So, okay, hold on, real quick. Just had to get set up for a little bit. So now, today we're going to be learning about USFBP Studio. And what is USFBP Studio, you ask? Well, USFBP stands for Universal Saberfront Blaster Platform. Sort of like Universal Windows Platform, except for a tool in Saberfront that you can use as a ranged weapon. This is a very special one because it has an API which can and will be extensive by the end of the month. So where you can do plugins, settings, animations, and so forth. So now let's get started. Let's just say I wanted to make, for example, this animation right here. This is the animation in which I was currently working on, but we're going to delete that because we are going to remake it. So here's what we're going to do. First thing you need is a blaster that you can use as an animation. For example, this. This would be good. Second thing you would need in order to animate, since it's hard for you if you consider it that way, is USFBP Studio. Now let me switch over so that you can see it. So yes, let me switch over so you can see it. But first let me yeah, it's up. So now I'm streaming. So let me switch over so you can see it. Hold on, guys. Cancel that. Window capture, that's right. Google Chrome. If you can see it, let me know. If you can't, then I'll have to make sure it works. That's weird. Huh. Well, I don't know what happened, but window capture didn't actually get it for some reason. Yeah, for some reason it didn't actually get it in. Maybe I'll just do a game capture. Specific window. Chrome. Does it do it? That's weird. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah. I don't know what happened, but it's supposed to be where you can actually do it from there, but any full screen application, specific window, Steam. Interesting. Could we do it in a browser source? Okay guys, I'm having a problem. So I want to open up Chrome so that I can show you guys what exactly you do in USFBP Studio, but it's not opening. So in the chat, tell me what I should do to get it working again. The reason why it's black is because it's not showing up, but I'll just have to adapt to it. Yeah. I'll just put it back and just get rid of this. Yeah. Yes, I am using OBS, by the way. So let me go to the chat and put that in. Hold on. If I can find the chat somewhere. Anyone know where the chat is? Oh wait. I think it should be somewhere. Oh, oh yeah, this is it. If I can find the chat somewhere. Anyone know where the chat is? Yes, I am. Yes. I think it should be somewhere. But I don't know how to actually make it work for the Chrome. It should have done that, but I don't know what happened. So if I can find the chat somewhere. Anyone know where the chat is? It's kind of weird that it's not working, but yes, it should have worked. But it should be somewhere. What I'm going to tell you how to actually make it work for the Chrome. Saberfront USFBP Studio is a website or app where you can sign into Drive or whatever. But not just that, you can also, but what mainly you can do is that you can make animation code for Turbofusion V4 guns and USFBP Studio guns with Blockly, and it will generate the UI. I'm going to tell you how to actually make it work for the. So I'm going to mute the stream for now. If I can do that. There we go. Simple. Now, one thing you want to know about USFBP Studio and Blockly is that it uses something called a workspace. And what a workspace does is it holds all the blocks and all, and not only holds the blocks, but also it allows you to generate code as well. So, let me give you an example of code that I've worked with. So let me undo what I just did. Now up here would be the reload function. That block, by the way, is basically, it's a purple burgundy-ish block called on reload. It's like an event on Scratch, you know. On Scratch you have events and then you have functions and all that stuff. So not only do you have that, but also you have other components that go with it, such as a return value. The return value block is a block where you return the actual frame sequence. And a frame sequence is basically like a table of functions that are used to make the animation work, what you see right there. In fact, I can show you. This is a frame. This right here declares a frame sequence. This is what you would use to kind of paste the frame, because if you don't paste the frame in some areas, it will go really fast and kind of get jumbled up and nasty and stuff. You don't want that to happen when you do that. But yeah. Also, another thing that I can tell you about this is that it's not really complete yet. There's not just animations you're going to be able to do, but plugins too, and also settings. So keep that in mind. Now, other things you can do with it is it also has if blocks or if statements that you can put in too. And also there are conditions. All you have to do for a condition, if you want to, for example, check to see if there's a new mag, is go to the mag API, find new magazine, the block new magazine, and then put it onto the if statement. But remember to put a not block there. The not block basically functions as, you know, a not statement. And then you can also do if statements inside of it and all. Now also there's another feature that I added to the Blockly that is on the app. It's called declare/assign dropdown. What that does is that you can actually determine whether or not it's a global variable, local variable, or if you want to declare it or assign it. Now if you assign it, there won't be local there, but if you declare it like I did, it will show local. You can set it to null or nil. Now this part you would have to use the create mag block, because the problem with the variables part is that it doesn't really do tuples, or like a group of variables that you can actually declare in the same line like you would do in regular Lua. But there's a workaround to that, and basically it's called save to. What I added is a part where it will have save to as text and then a drop down showing you all the variables that you can save it to. And then you can create the mag with the name. Now I've also added the globals that are members of the sequence vars table that is part of the animation API for USFBP and Turbofusion, such as gun ignore, handle, left weld, right weld, grip, sign, C-frame, C-frame.angles. They're all in there. The only parts that weren't in there before yesterday were the left and right C0s, which you would use for different types of animations used from Turbofusion V3, which is much more crappier than V4, by the way, in my opinion. Now you can also specify other things too, such as mag clone. You select the index in which you want the mag clone or the original, and then I've got a member here in which can be a block by itself. It's actually a block by itself, and it's called original.cframe to object space. You basically get the object space of this, of the s.handle, and you put that inside of the block as well, but then you also put the index in there. And you can also set the C0 of welds too, and you can also make new instances. You can set the parent of instances, you can set the part 0, part 1. It's really good. And also there's another part. A key component of this is the tween joint function. Tween joint is basically where you can tween a joint instantly, like as if it was an animation or part of a keyframe with this function. First you have to put in the weld or joint that you're going to use. Then you put in the C0. You can put in nil if you want. I mean, that's what many of the instances of this function are using, because there's not much you can do with that for this animation. You'd only use it if you had like a really complex one, like the one with the MP412 Rex, which I'm going to show you probably next week in a YouTube video or something else. Yeah. Now, you have s.cf. That is C-frame from values. Basically, you have x, y, and z. You can specify it in the s.cf. And then you have the other part, which is s.cfang. Now, s.cfang has a special kind of block or field called radians. Now you can put radians in there, but it's a special block because it has an angle field. One of the only ones that has it in the set. Basically, you specify the angle either by turning the dial, or you can type it in by yourself. Now remember, if you try to put in a negative value, it will give you back the angle or the total angle that you would get. In other words, if you put in a negative value, instead of, for example, if you put in -12, you get 348, because it's 360 minus that angle. Simple. Now, you also have the alpha. With the block for the alphas, you can specify using a drop-down which one you want, such as sine or linear. Now, this one uses sine, by the way, so I had to use sine. And then also you have the duration, which is basically you just put in the math for it. you have 0.2 times this, which is a variable that's already defined in the editor. Now, here's the next thing I want to show you. Another thing you can do is do mag actions, which are basically functions or statements in which you can use to do certain things with the mag, such as make it invisible, set it as a new mag, stuff like that, or even create mags for that matter. This one makes it invisible. This is the second frame, by the way. Now, another thing you can do in the editor is you can also do velocity. You would have to specify a part or base part, which means you have to have a variable that has a base part value in it to specify the velocity. Mag clone is a good example of that because it's a part. Sorry about that, guys. I have crazy neighbors. Anyways, it's not really relevant. So the handle, right, is another part. What I did was I put the handle block or handle variable inside of the velocity block, and I got this. You can also do vector to workspace. You can also do v3, yada yada yada. And also you have this right here, s.rad, which is radians. That's the radians block. Now the radians block has it where it's 340. It's the same thing as negative 20 degrees, but just specified differently because of the way Blockly rendered it. So yeah. So now let's go into the next frame. You can also retrieve mags using this function right here. It does make it easier, by the way, because you don't have to worry about, if you don't know how to code it, you can always just, use the blocks and whatnot. You can specify the mag one and the mag table. I mean, they're specified as globals, but they should have been local. And then you can create mags, by the way. Now this part here you can also do to object space on other things too, which would require a separate block for that, which is a different one from the one that's used up here. See? It's different. I mean, I can't show you the block right now because Chrome won't show up in OBS, but you'll see it once I put the link up on the up on Discord, if you are on Discord. Now, another thing that I can show you is the fact that you can also do C0s and part0.cframe. You can get the C-frame of a block or base part. You can get the C0 of a weld or joint. And yeah, you can also get this part too. You can also create welds. You can do many things with this. Now, you can also set it as a new mag, like I said before, and make it visible. So basically that's what this does. So right now I couldn't actually show you the whole thing. I'll probably have to do a follow-up to the live stream. Probably have to do it as recording on YouTube and all, but basically that was what I was going to show you, is how to make that. But yeah. Anyways, guys, this is me, Aerodels12. I will be back next week on YouTube, not Twitch, YouTube, with another video. But it's going to be YouTube Live, I think. And I'm going to show you exactly how to work with this step by step, so that you can recreate it and make it. So, that's it. Cheers.